comes out early in the draft, I think he's going to have just as good, if not a better game.
All right, well, let's see if Brame can force out that third game or if Liquid is going to take this as a clean 2-0. We're heading over to our commentary duo of Cap and Kyle.
To be honest, game one was not that close, and Brame, they seem to have taken the same kind of lineup they had before, made some tweaks, which I do think the tweaks are good.
Yeah, but like, do they think it was close? Because it didn't look very close. And I don't know about this TA hero. Yeah, it's not the secret S tier mid that we've all been waiting for. And you know, we'll see, but certainly going to need a better laning phase.
Well, if it says anything about Brame, it means that they feel like the winning formula against Liquid here was not that far off. Whether it was the slight tweaks in the draft, maybe they feel like it was more execution-based. I mean, a lot of that game one did come down to the laning phase going so poorly, right?
Sure, but I just finished rewatching Breaking Bad, and a couple of mistakes in your formula, you end up with something very far from what you intended. I was also checking. Do you know Sumail is just like fresh 22 years old? I feel like he's been around for like 7 years, but
yeah, well, that's because he has.
I know.
Right? If he's 22.
It's wild stuff.
Yeah. It's still a number of very young players, but they're only young in the sense of age because many of them are actually Dota veterans.
Well, it's funny, going back to free-to-play, a common talking point was, yeah, pretty much a 25-year-old. Like, you won't make it in esports. But so far,
the battle
I wouldn't say that's true. You know, all the same captains pretty much still grinding away. Although admittedly playing 5 positions for the most part.
True. They're I think new top-tier captains are a bit rare to come by, right?
It's very much an experience thing for sure. Sumail missing the block.
It's going to go all the way into the tower. Maybe that's a little bit more than W1sh wanted for himself. We'll see.
Yeah, the thing is, TA, if you don't get denied, you get that early level 2. It is actually quite nice because you can pressure under tower.
And you're better at last hitting under tower than a Leshrac is, right? Because
for sure.
Fraction. So
yeah,
maybe it is exactly what he wants. Is the lane's going to push under tower, and Sumail's going to be hard pressed to try and get those last hits.
Of course, he gets all of them and keeps lane control with it.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Losing the courier does keep his life intact. Spartan to be playing against the Enchantress Sand King. So one of the switches that we did have in this game is the fact that Brame took the Lina.
Yep. What are your feelings on the Sand King hero? Because it's back. It's being picked for mid, for off lane. I am not a believer still, personally.
I think that it's rather dependent on your 4 and your mid. Because I do believe that Sand King, he's sometimes a very underwhelming hero, and you would not... For example, actually, let's just talk about Liquid straight up here. Koifa, Sand King versus Boxy Sand King. I wouldn't want Boxy to be playing Sand King. I would want something that scales a bit better, right? Because that's kind of off-laner that Boxy is. But Koifa being more of a solid player that, you know, doesn't have high variances in play, right? I'm okay with him playing something like Sand King that isn't going to carry team fights, but will always be there to assist.
He'll get a stun off.
Yeah.
Let the rest of the guys handle everything else. This bottom lane, Enchantress, you know,
rough.
This hero, it's so weird how things get removed slowly. Like, you remember how all these mechanics that did bonus damage on denies got phased out? Like, first it was Kunkka's Tidebringer, but they left it on Refraction, then that got removed. Same deal with the creep. You know, Chen can't take big creeps, level 1. Doom can't eat big creeps.
They're really trying, but Mickey, he managed to dodge the LSA. Snowman, is he going to die first? He gets the last shot in. The first blood goes to him. Insania will get the counter kill, but it doesn't matter. They've lost their carry, and they've given up first blood.
Can you explain that to me? Why Enchantress is the only hero that can take big creeps?
Because you can only do so for a limited amount of time, and they have nerfed the duration. So Ice Frog, because, you know, I think Ice Frog likes to have variety in there. So it's like, oh, you get to have a hard creep right away, but you can only have it for so long. But so you could be very strong, but for a very small period of time.
You can re-enchant it, though. No comment.
Okay.
We'll see how it plays out, though, because this is already down bottom. They get the kill on Insania, but bot lane, they're doing a ton of pressure.
Double stun out from Koifa. A lot of damage on Focus as Taiga continues to throw shot after shot. And manages to get the impetus right as Spartan goes for the tether away for the added damage. I do think that Enchantress is kind of broken.
Yeah.
Patch. I think it's being underrated by other teams.
You know, what's kind of broke is Mickey up top with only 6 CS against the Centaur lane, going much better than the PA did. It makes sense. The Oracle, much worse in these early levels. You don't really sustain your core the same way an Abaddon does. Nice proc the caustic.
Yeah, Koifa, he is going to get run down here. Now, he did have one Fairy Fire and the missile.
Taiga killed it with, I think, some assistance from the attacks of that creep archer.
And they're going to go for the double stun again. The Gyrocopter's going to go down first, and Spartan trying to get behind the tower. Koifa goes in for the tower dive, gets the kill, uses the sandstorm to dodge the last couple of tower shots in there as well. 2 kills for the bottom lane of Liquid.
This Lina 4 position, man, is pretty sick. It's just the stun build. It's so much easier to hit, and this is the dream for Skylark. He's got a ring of health. He's just going to start running at Mickey. And unfortunately for him, Spectre is not really the greatest recovery hero. You don't farm jungle very fast. You're not able to clear stacks efficiently. This is just going to be a rough game.
Another tweak that Brame did make, right? Because last time Snowmanin was playing that a melee 4 position, right? An Earth Spirit. Here, he can pressure the lane a lot more, which we're seeing with this kill onto Insania. Not only is Mickey under farm, but now they're finding kills as well.
Dude, this is a disaster. Like, actually just straight up might be game losing this top lane of Liquid. Like 7-0 on your Spectre, like 29 and 15 on Centaur. Skylark is not even going to go Vanguard, it looks like. He's going to rush Phase Boots. I love that idea.
Oh, keep up the pressure. Keep the punishment going. Mickey takes a huge amount of damage, and once again, it's forced away from Creep Wave.
You can't, oh my god, Mickey? Or Insania?
They don't have the hoof stomp, so Insania, Snowmanin it. He really wanted that, and he tried to dive the tower for it. He still turns around and still gets plenty of damage onto Mickey. If anything, Mickey's gonna die instead. All right, this is getting ridiculous now.
It's too much damage, Cap. 180 plus the strength bonus.
And they're going in for the dive. Dude, Brame, they want to keep this punishment going. Insania hiding in the trees here, but the Lina will cut down the trees to make sure that the support is going to be found here. And I believe Mickey actually had to wait a few seconds just to be able to TP out. That's how quick this is all happening.
So bottom lane, the communication should be, hey guys, we're owning. Please be safe. No more getting double stunned by a Sand King. Just chill. Same goes for W1sh mid lane. Look to see him be a bit more conservative. He's doing well.
Under attack.
Outlaning Sumail ever so slightly. Who's going to move bottom. I like this move from Sumail because you have to put pressure into a lane. You cannot mess with the Centaur. So go after the enemy carry, maybe try to get a tower kill. Group up with your Sand King stun around the catapult.
And if the heroes do not present themselves for killing, Sumail will take the tower.
And now they're going to hunt. They're still there. Go find them.
They think they TP'd out.
But where would they have gone? That's the thing. It's so early.
Yeah, mid lane. We go ahead and drop a sentry to make sure that the Sand King is safe.
Oh, they pinged it. They saw the smoke. They know something's happening here. Curious to see, will Brame look to fight it? Probably not. Just keep hiding. Your Centaur's doing so much work up top. 2-level advantage on the Spectre. Snowmanin has bots queued up. I don't think that's the play here, but very ambitious with his item purchase, if that is what he goes for.
It is curious. Why is there something about this lineup that you really would want to have the capacity to split push? Look at this pressure on the tower. An accidental smoke.
It's unfortunate. They're down a couple now.
Yeah, they smoked to get into this position. They accidentally hit it again here. Get a little bit of damage on that mid tower once again.
You see things.
The W1sh laying down those traps on the side, so now he will see Sumail. He's like, okay, you did that trick last game. This time we'll at least see you.
Taiga, just a little efficiency. Was spamming medallion on his creep. That's what keeps it alive under tower. Always fun to see.
Koifa with a 2-2-1-1 build.
That's the Sand King special. You want all your spells. Fortunately, only get them one at a time.
Found on the river, Spartan. He's going to make him a little bit tankier, but it's not going to do enough here. Gives him what heals he can, but not good enough. Awkward position to be in.
Yep. I like this from Liquid. They move the Spectre to bottom because the tower...
3 shot, 4 shot. Oh, he doesn't get that last shot in. Wish. He's still going to chase after him, but now the heal's already done its work. Fortunately, there is not a low ground miss there. He does get the kill.
Huh. It's odd, though. Skylark coming mid is very strange. I would have loved to see him just continue pushing top. Like, kill that tower, then move out of the lane. But he's just jungling now, and it feels like Brame are not pressing their advantage the way that they need to. You know, Mickey's game was ruined. Now he's free to static farm bottom. They've already killed tower. And we talk about Spectre can't recover. This is how you recover. You plant yourself in a lane, you static farm the wave, and it's the gyrocopter now that's forced to just sit there and watch. There's nothing he can do. He's sitting in front of his tower with a full wand. But there's no pressure happening from Brame here. Now they're going to look to maybe go mid, but Sumail's the strongest hero on Liquid. He's the one with the creep clearing potential. This is not where you want your Centaur.
I think in some ways the adjustment from Liquid here with the Sand King, I mean, that's a tower defender in its own right. Do you think maybe he felt like he just couldn't?
Yeah, but I think Koifa rotated after he had left. It was just like, oh, free wave up here.
Okay.
I just don't think Brame are capitalizing on this window they had. That gold lead, it was only like 1-2K, but that's pretty significant 6 minutes in. Yeah. Now you smoke, but at best you're going to get a kill here. Now there's a blade mail up. This is getting spooky. Oracle will be ready to teleport.
The at best here is a Spectre kill, a massive kill if they can get it. But as you said, Blade Mail, 17 charges of Magic Wand, and a tower that's not too far away. They're going to go for it. They do manage to get on top of him with the Stampede, outputting all that damage. Look at Focus's health just dropping as he throws the Rocket Barrage onto the Spectre. Fortunately, they get the kill, though. It's a massive pickup. You can't afford to lose mid lane, though. Wish, he's already had his refraction burned away by the hits coming in from the Enchantress and her creep. Fortunately, both sides do have a saving support. Spartan shows up and gives Wish a helping hand in dealing with the troll.
This is going to be a really cool game to watch progress. It's all going to be about how much impact does Insania have in team fights. Leshrac's one of my favorite heroes against Wisp, also very strong against TA, but it's a very scary situation because Lesh has to be in the fight. You've got to have your W run in, ult up, charge forward. The only way you can do that is if Insania is prepared to back you up if you've got stuns coming in. If at any point Brame just say, hey, let's click this Leshrac, if he doesn't get saved, like that's where the whole game is decided. Lesh alive, so much damage. You kill him off, suddenly Liquid's lineup feels a bit flat.
Now, Brame did just have to give up their mid tower, in part because Skylark's positioning was here in this bottom lane, and he could be found here. They do know where he's at. Spectre popping the ultimate to be able to find the Centaur, knowing that he didn't have a TP up for a bit.
It's a nice kill. Vanguard also somewhat countered by the Edict, doing physical damage, but not affected by the Vanguard that the Centaur currently does not possess. He actually bought a hood instead.
Is under attack.
Do you agree with that? Is that the right play?
Yes and no. I would say yes if he had still pushed that top tower. I think a big part of the Vanguard is just that it might take a little longer than it used to before return was changed, but you can just tank tower and kill it slowly but surely. If he doesn't feel confident doing that because he went hood instead, then I would disagree with it. But it could have been a team call, you know, bring him mid. But my big problem is that, you know, he was dominating this game. Suddenly he's barely ahead of the Spectre in net worth, and currently Mickey is about to hit 9. He's somehow out-leveling Skylark. Bear in mind, he was 6.5 on Centaur to level 4 on Mickey.
They're going to use the Stampede to catch up to Taiga here, but it feels kind of bad for Brame. It's going to take a while to get this kill, but I think it's also not the kill they wanted with a smoke.
Definitely not. Look at, it's the dead part of the map too. They're in their own triangle. You get that kill, but Liquid's just like, yeah, sure, whatever, man. We have our entire side of the map. Everybody's farming. Koifa, I think, is closing in on... Oh, he has his blink. Okay, so this mid-tower fight is going to be spooky for Brame. They don't have any BKBs coming up soon. Their timing should be better than the previous game, however. They're not just going to lose 100% if it gets late enough, although Spectre certainly will outcarry a gyro at some point. But they'd love to be able to make a play with the reload. We'll get initiation from Skylark. He should have a blink shortly. 1,000 gold. Koifa has him beat in that regard.
Once again, Liquid with way more camp stacked than their opponents. They are going to be able to get this opening onto the Centaur. No Stampede available, so very likely he's just dead here. The relocate coming in from behind. They're going to go for the Leshrac, but he's saved by the Oracle. Samael, he's going to survive here. Brame have to back up.
Meanwhile, Mickey just farming away. Doesn't even have Haunt ready. And Taiga as well. Just like, yeah, you guys seem fine.
Taiga should have an idea. Look at the way he's tanked up. Medallion, hat, vitality booster, and a raindrop. That is the most HP efficient build I've seen on an Enchantress.
Love the raindrop too. And that is the name of the game now, folks. It was thanks to the addition of the backpack, the meta has caught up, but it is all about having gold efficient items nowadays, not slot efficient. Everybody's got slots galore. Just buy what you need, be 6-slotted ASAP. Big fan of the fluffy hat.
Nice kill there on Koifa. W1sh picks up a double damage. They kill Liquid's big tower defender, and now they have an opportunity to finally take a tower themselves, unless Liquid want to be able to mass rotate, but I kind of doubt it.
I don't think it's happening.
Structures are fortified. Radiant.
Skylark just needs his blink. They've got one on W1sh. Then it's just a pick off into the Roche pit if they can pull it off.
Get an LSA from that range. Damn. Ether lens, man.
Oh yeah.
It's a crazy item sometimes. All right, so they've got the Maelstrom for focus, so maybe he can start getting a lead on this Spectre.
Yeah, so far, it's really so good for Brame. It feels much better than it did previously. Got a real shot.
Gonna have great Deso. Now, one of the ways the game did fall apart for Brame last time, the laning phase went poorly, yes, but they also lost the first Roshan. And that is something that we're going to be coming up on real soon here with the TA picking up a Deso. Focus. He's going to be spotted here. Spartan, he's going to have to go for a relocate out, but the Gyrocopter is already dead. The damage was too much. It wasn't even close. He died in like 2 seconds.
That is Agi treads gyro. Maelstrom first. There's not much viability. Schmelty being out.
Yeah, he's not sticking around for this kill. He wants to be able to go somewhere else and leave this kill for everybody else on his team.
Oh, okay. That was nice. Nice play from Skylark. He sniffed out that epicenter was on the way and just stampeded the hell out of dodge. That's a quick bots on Sumel too. It's going to really help him accelerate. Also very nice to have with the Spectre on your team, doubling that global threat.
Try and chase down W1sh here. The dagger slow, but he's already blinked away. So instead, they'll have to take the Lina, who was going for a TP out.
Yep.
Not a fantastic use of a Spectre ultimate, but
it's all about efficiency, right? Like you used it. I thought he was going to stay top after that, but Mikhail just can't bottom instead.
Okay.
But yeah, if he rotates himself to top with that move, I maybe like it a bit more. They're going to kick him out of bottom, it looks like, although he's still content to farm jungle on his way out. The trouble for Brame right now is they don't have a natural way to start team fights. You know, you got the double blink in, but it's really tough for your Lina to play in these fights, because if he gets hopped by the Spectre Haunt, by a Sanking Stun, he just explodes.
Yeah, and we already saw that very thing happen to the Gyrocopter not so long ago.
I'd really love to have some BKBs. Hey.
Skylark, whoa. He still managed to hit the stomp there, but they don't have any vision. Spot Koifa inside of this sandstorm.
Yeah, this is the thing. You know, I'm really not a TA believer. W1sh TPing out though, looking to fight mid. Oh no.
Managed to catch Skylark. Now he still has Stampede. He's going to try for it here. Cuts through the trees, getting away. Blink is up in a second, and Koifa doesn't hit him in order to stop that blink. Now the rest of his team is rotating up, so they're actually going to turn things around here with a smoke. They're going to run into Insania. A fast kill onto him is an excellent start, but they need to be able to catch the cores here as well. Koifa, Burrow strikes away to the trees. Samael hiding on the left-hand side. They don't actually know he's here. They did manage to catch Koifa, though. get a 1 kill. Unfortunately, Sumail is going to bots his way out of there. It would have been a massive pickup if they could have gotten all 3 of those.
Yeah, this is how you got to play if you're Brame. Just way more aggression. Abuse the fact that your TA is online. The hero does not scale very well, but with Blink Deso max meld, you do just what we saw, 2-shotting nearly Insania. And that's the target you've got a gun for. If the Oracle dies, suddenly Sumail can't play the same way, and the team fight's much tougher. But here's the buyback.
They're going to find these heroes are too tanky to be able to bring down. Oh no, they really need this Roshan. Sumail's taking a lot of damage. A nice stop, barely catches him from Skylark, and a massive kill. He goes down. Buyback from Koifa. He's going to be leading the charge manage with the Burrow Strike to bring down Focus. A 1-for-1 trade-off there. A core apiece, but it did cost Liquid a buyback.
Sumail a bit too aggressive there. Not quite as invincible as he felt. He's laughing at himself, I'm sure. Insania was close, but not that close, and he ran himself the opposite direction of his Oracle. Otherwise, he almost certainly can be saved there.
Yeah, it's one of those awkward things where he's coming in from the middle lane, but the rest of his team was coming in from the jungle area, and Insania's like, I can't be 2 places at once.
And we just saw he has to be very cautious on Insania, because if he gets blinked on, he is the target.
Yeah,
and he will die to a stomp, to a TA blink in. There's just way too much damage. It's tough as well to play these heroes that are forced to stick in the back line against gyros as the game gets late, because you start to catch all the flax as well.
Well, if they can catch Liquid in another slip up here, they might be able to finally get that Roshan, and then they would have effectively covered themselves on 2 of the major mistakes they made in Game 1, which is kind of what we wanted to see with a lineup that was similar to Game 1. They made slight alterations.
Yep.
They're showing that they learned what was wrong with Game 1.
Again, some trouble. Almost falling victim to 1 more creep syndrome, but this game to me is all about the Bulba coefficient. The number of fights Liquid need to win is significantly smaller than the number of fights Brame are going to need. The Radiance for Mickey is online shortly, and Brame need to play the rest of this game very well. They gotta, oh no, not like this.
Can't afford to lose a hero here. Gyrocopter gonna be relocated away. He's safe, and a stun comes in from Stominen. Now, they did, where did they relocate? Oh, they relocated all the way back to the fountain. They wanted to make sure the Gyrocopter is 100% good.
Now is the time to make a move. The thing is, they have the mech, but they don't have BKBs. They really want to have those up. TA of 500 gold, Gyro in 900 gold, so it's almost there. Once they have those, they can think about perhaps forcing a fight in Roshan, but it's just going to be real tricky because they will be playing into the Radiance at that point. No Haunt for 120 seconds, though. I think you want to press here, even before the BKBs. Get a pick-off, get a fight, get Roche. Look to take tower after.
Yeah, they managed to get that Radiance, and they have the Solar Crest on the Enchantress. Mickey starts becoming a really viable... Oh, yeah, and he's got a Nether Shawl, too.
Man, Brame, they have to recognize their strength, Cap, because right now they're playing like they're behind, like there's some timing upcoming.
If they pick up like this, would be really good. Wish, okay. He didn't quite blink down to the low ground, so it's a big concern. They're going to go for this mid tower before they try and take Roshan. Feeling like this real estate is important. Skylark,
take this fight.
Get off the hood. He's taking a lot of damage here. He's going to be healed up by the Io. Now a stun, a Centaur stun left-hand side by the Enchantress onto Wish. Wish is kind of stalled up right now. And there you
gotta go here, folks. You can't just stand in front of tower against the lineup like Liquids. The impetuses, the dagger and radiance spam, the Leshrac lightning. You wanna immediately engage, double blink, drop everything.
Well, maybe this is a better way to do it, right? They're gonna coax Liquid out of the tower area by going for Roshan.
And they know there's no buyback on Koifa.
They did catch Sumail here in this exact same position before. Skylark not jumping quite yet. Now his Blink Dagger being canceled. They're going to slow him down with the TA traps. Brame seeming very reluctant to go for this one, and soon Koifa is going to be back up. Just 7 seconds. At this point, Brame, they've missed their opportunity.
Yeah, they're getting poked. Liquid, very savvy. You can tell experienced calls. They're just poking. You're not trying to fight in the pit. You're not panicking. You just distract them, posture, buy some time. Brame, I think when they watch this replay, are going to be kicking themselves a little bit because that was the opportunity. Like, that's a 4-on-5 Liquid showed up at the tower. You know there's no Sand King. It is 100% 4-on-5, and they don't even get a blink off offensively. That entire engagement.
Yeah.
Now Liquid is 5, can look to be aggressive themselves.
They've got their initiator too, which makes this fight a whole lot easier for them to take. They're going to go forward. Nice two-man stomp from Skylark. He sees an opportunity, but intercepted. Wish is going to find himself stunned. Wish does manage to get off his BKB. Perhaps it's been too late. Focus right in the middle, but with his own BKB is delivering out some serious damage and brings out Mickey. A really nice fight for them so far as Taiga almost goes down to Laguna Blade. Fortunately, Heal's going to be able to keep him back up. Koifa jumping himself away, but Samael's not going to be as lucky. Stuck by the river. The last shot from Wish isn't quite enough. He's got the HP. He's got the Solar Crest. Insania teaming out right in front of them. No way. What? How did he get out of there? Skylark will finally find the jump to take down Taiga. Taiga healed and healed and healed through that, but eventually goes down.
So, man, like I was saying, Cap, what a great move by Brame to not take that fight until both of their BKBs were online. Waiting for their timing. The patience from Brame.
Your analysis never misses, Kyle. Man, Brame, I mean, I felt like that was a moment right there. Wish getting stunned. I was like, oh no, his damage got delayed. But it didn't matter. Their double BKBs, as you correctly predicted, were huge in being able to win the fight.
Playing it smart. It looks over them like, oh god, not like this. They gave them their 5th hero, Haunt back up, but yeah, with double BKB, suddenly Liquid's lineup has no damage. Yeah, and Stone was you threw it to where he was moving, but
I think he was trying to hit Tiger, right? I think he was trying to hit that deer, and then he was like, oh no, nobody has a stun?
Splitting the uprights. Some people get paid for that. Wish. Huge. Scotty queued up though. For the regen reduction, I suppose. I don't know if that's. It's nice to stick to the Spectre too and the Lesh.
Okay. I mean, they do have a lot of heal coming in, no doubt, right? Because of Oracle, because of, I'm presuming Samael is gonna go Bloodstone, right?
Yep, that's already on the way. Has the Essence Ring too.
Essence Ring, okay.
Dire are scanning.
So I kind of see it. It makes him a lot tankier, so he's not. There's no chance of him being burrow struck into. Oh, I'm just dead. Well, less of a chance. Speaking of, an Aghanim Scepter, Aetherland straight Ags for Stoneman, and he's almost. He's gonna put out some pure damage.
That is really pretty sick. Does that functions with Dispersion, right? Dispersion still reduces that damage?
Yeah.
I guess just to pierce the BKB then of Sunel, but he's not really got that queued up.
Dire's bottom tower is
good against the Entrance, I suppose. You can burst the Oracle. Makes sense. It's to burst somebody.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
After all, Spectre does have
tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower
goddamn Nether Shawl.
That is true. What an item.
Just that item makes me laugh. So it's just sometimes it's like, oh wow, what a game-breaking item.
Yeah, I keep trying to have this discussion about neutral items and whether or not they're, we like them in the green room, but Brian always just brings up Hearthstone, and pseudo RNG, and how it's actually good. You gotta have better deck building.
I will say that I kind of like neutral items. I find them fun, but I would not be surprised if one day they're removed and we'd look back on them and be like, man, that was crazy time. Why'd we ever allow that?
Yeah. Could see it. Koifa's gonna get out of here scot-free. This is the trouble with this Sand King off lane though, right? Centaur, similar items, but he just feels so much stronger. The Stampede.
Wait, are they both going Scotty?
Are they?
Now Gyrocopters.
They're both going Scotty. All right. Hey.
I mean, surely that's not the efficient play, right? Maybe somebody builds another item that's, all right. Well.
I mean, it is pretty efficient. Yeah, it's like 5 extra stats and a little bit of extra HP and mana. No recipe. So it's good in that sense.
Okay.
The regen reduction and the slow, I mean, I guess Brame, they just think, we're going to win a fight in the duration of our BKBs. So we just want to be able to run forward and stick onto somebody.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Tier 3 neutral items coming out.
Titan Sliver, Enchanted Quiver, Quickening Charm, all pretty value items.
Ceremonial favorite.
Favorite?
Illusion.
It's up there. Anything like anything that involves status resist, I consider S tier.
Okay.
If Sanj
I mean, I'm just saying
Yasha,
Titan Sliver is a better status resistance item, but yeah.
okay, true, but it's not an aura. It's only for the individual. Like if Sanj Yasha is a must-buy item for every carry for 25% status resist, and AOE minus 10% has got to be good.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Koifa. They try and catch him here, but I believe he's going to be so far away by the time that little missile catches up to him. He even dodges it with the Yules.
I feel like we just saw this.
Yes,
the
things at bottom.
Indeed.
Radiant's bottom
DD,
tower is under
Aegis
attack.
fading on TA. W1sh very strong. Still thinking about his item choice. I really want to be sure he picks something up before the next fight. This is one of my pet peeves. Is you have the slot, all this gold, invest. Because his net worth advantage, yeah, it's huge. But if Sumail has spent his money, and he has, this really isn't elite at all.
Snowman, he's going to be found here playing in the jungle where the rest of his team is already abandoned. Brame had already backed out of that one a long time ago.
You've done a great service.
W1sh is still thinking about it. At 5k gold now. What will he buy? Scotty still seems to be the answer.
Radiant's middle
I mean,
tower
what
is
would
under
other
attack.
options be? Something like a Daedalus or
Oh,
something?
no.
But that's so burst heavy against an Oracle, right?
Yeah.
That seems kind of like... And I feel like they don't have a super reliable way to catch this Oracle. In some ways, I think they have
Radiant's
to just
top tower is
accept
under
the fact
attack.
that he's going to get off his ultimate.
Yeah. Butterfly doesn't help you. Maybe you'd really love to have an AC,
Radiant are
but
scanning.
it's kind of tough. TA itemization gets weird. You can really only go one of two ways. Either all in for the jump or go for the more sustained damage route, which he has chosen with the Scotty. Gyro will also be going for one. Nope, just kidding. Okay, cool. Gyro swapped it to an Ags. I think this is the right choice. Ags super value when you have a Wisp on lineup. There's so many stuns on the side of Liquid. Having that side gunner going is quite helpful.
There next for him as
Yep.
well. So.
Yeah. So far,
And there are a lot of instances. Sandstorm, Diabolic Edict, there's Radiance. There's a lot of instances of small, constant damage that proc the active.
That's a good point. It's one of the counters to heroes like Darkseer or Leshrac, Spectre even. Just guaranteed Mjolnir procs galore. 15 charge Bloodstone, but gotta say Liquid, you know, they've pumped the brakes. They're just playing conservative, but they gotta be careful.
Dire's top
No,
tower.
Skylark was there. I guess spotted him somehow, but the rest of the Brame is here to be able to back him up. Right now, they're chasing down this Enchantress while Skylark went back in there. So managed to find Insania. That's a big kill. Mickey's gonna pop his ultimate, but it's already too late. Insania is dead. Now an epicenter coming in. W1sh, he has the potential to be blown up, but he does. They get it before he can do anything. No BKB pop for him. Focus is gonna use his own. He uses it to be able to take down the Leshrac. He's also gonna be able to bring down Mickey. The damage he's pumping out is insane right now.
Oh yeah. And once again, the TA picked up the shard, but it is so much more effective in this game. It's part of the reason Insania just can't cast spells, constantly getting spam silence from the traps. Super effective against the Enchantress as well. And this feels like Brame's game to lose at this point. They are cruising.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, the fact that Liquid managed to 100-0 this Templar Assassin, and the fight wasn't even close.
Yeah.
Says a lot about
Dire's
where
top
Brame's
tower
strengths
is under
are.
attack.
This Gyrocopter.
Gyrosphere. It all comes back from that wise decision to wait for those BKBs before that critical team fight. They get the Roche. Now
Dire's
they are
top
rolling.
tower is under
Truly
attack.
only the best in Dota would be able to recognize a tactic like that. Skylark. Chopping away at a tier 2 tower.
Dire's top tower has
Gets
fallen.
it, and Brame. I mean, at this point, you're just waiting on Roshan, which just spawned, so can't take it while the TA is up, but dead rather. Shard, who are we giving it to?
Gyro. Or
Gyro?
you give it to your Lina
For the
for the ground Laguna Blade.
I don't think I've ever seen that in demo mode.
Yeah, me neither. But it would do pure damage and it would look so cool.
That's true.
What's the
I
James
often judge
Bond
my
movie?
decisions by how cool something is.
Did they give it to him? Yes. It's so cool, guys. It's an increased cast range, number one.
Yeah.
And it goes the full cast length, so it literally like zaps the ground. Lasers.
What are they doing here? They relocated straight into him. Liquid do manage to kill the IO now. It looks like with a BKB, they may be able to get some sort of kill out of this one as the Scotty is slowing down Taiga, but Taiga's still living through all of that one. And now Brame, they've overextended themselves. The two-man stuff coming out from Koifaz. He needed to bring down the gyrocopter. They have the Aegis on the Templar Assassin. He's going to pop his BKB, but can he get out of here alive? Right now, he's pushing some damage onto Sumail, but it's not doing anything. A turnaround, a two-man stop. Maybe with the lineup, they can do something here, but the Oracle save onto the Leshrac. Think AoE clear of the Laguna Blade does some damage, but ultimately Wish, he needs a little bit more help. Mickey surviving on just a sliver of HP, but now the heal is coming up, and Wish, he's going to have to do something with second life, but he should just be chain stunned to death. Oh, multiple buybacks coming in. Brame, they recognize they cannot afford to lose their TA here, but a blunder from Brame throwing away their advantage.
There was no lead. Did they reload in? We got to see a replay. What in the... What?
Questionable decision for sure.
They all died. That was 5 heroes if you count the Aegis. How did they reload in?
Yeah,
there's no follow-up. Lita is mid lane. TA is not in range. Skylark wasn't able to land a blink stun. Wow.
Yeah, that was terrible.
A double stun from Koifa. They don't get the cheese off on the gyro, unfortunately. Maybe this goes a bit differently. But
maybe, but ultimately, right, the initiation is just...
I mean, shout out to Liga. They played that incredibly. Watch for line, Laguna, though.
It's too bad it didn't kill anybody.
But it almost did.
Well, yeah.
Oh, that smile. That damn smile.
Gets Kyle every time.
Radiant
Four-man smoke from Brame. I'm sure, no doubt, they recognize... Oh, Skylark, his smoke broke. They know he's somewhere over here. Can they find him? Does Mickey know the orbs? They're right around him. They hit him. Hit him once. Finally, the TA trap is right on top of him. They spot Mickey. Can they get to Mickey, though? He's in deep, but they do. They manage to kill him. A massive, massive win.
Okay. He wanted to sit around so he could cut the wave behind them, but Brame were not having that. They went foresting.
Well, in some ways, that may forgive Brame for that earlier team fight blunder.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom
no, Cap. The trouble is that the Centaur and the Lina bought back, and they represented a chunk of the advantage. You know, that removes the Centaur Ags from your next fight.
That is a big pickup.
Oh, yeah.
That could help somebody survive if they're initiated on before getting out BKB. They're going to pop said Stampede to be able to catch up to Sumail here with a relocate onto the other side. And a big pure damage hit from Stomanet.
Not having any of that. That is a massive 999 pure damage.
Yeah.
I dig it.
Radiant's top tower is
and it's time to push, right? Both cores dead. Mika has a buyback. Sumail does not. I like the choice. Sumail was thinking Sanj Kaya, now looking at a halberd. The disarm active against both of these cores is great, and there we go. My man Wish is about to finish his Daedalus. There is no evasion just yet picked up. Yeah, the Radiance burn might annoy him, but if he's BKB'd, he can shred through anybody with a nice crit.
And there's something to said about the new Blink items. Yeah. They do add a second big peak for many of these cores that rely on Blink daggers, right? Your Wraith Kings, your Templar Assassins.
Yeah. There's a big help to heroes like Wraith King and TA, because it would feel like they would fall off a little bit, whereas now, as you said, you know, they can be stronger. That 5 to 10k net worth lead always feels like one until we get into the super late game when Spectre might start to turn the tide. But for now, you got to be feeling good as Brame, only a 5 kill lead, but they should know how strong their position is. They just consider where Liquid is playing right now, just kind of hiding in base. They spot, nice ward. They're going to see Wish. They might look to roll out, but it's tough. All these traps.
I can't believe this ward is still alive. Brame invaded the triangle and didn't take that high ground ward away. I gotta pop Stampede. I think Skylark is calling, like, guys, you've got to get out of there. We have shown 2 heroes top lane.
Yep.
They're running at you.
Oh, Mickey just realized he got a Trickster Cloak. So it's a built-in 20% evasion.
The invisible ray.
Neither
resistance is really big as well.
Yep. So the game will start to spin a bit. If Sumail can finish his halberd, the evasion on Mickey, double evasion on cores, is super effective when neither enemy core has an MKB.
Yeah.
They have an Oracle behind them as well.
In which case, W1sh may end up regretting his Daedalus pickup.
Soon, Ascati is complete on Mickey. Big timing's coming out. Brame would really love to get the initiation, but I like what Liquid's doing. They're just spending their gold.
Yeah, Scotty's massive, because now he can jump straight onto the IO, right? And he's hitting everybody with it, so you're really going to slow down the regen factor of someone like Focus, who's currently being targeted right now, but they do manage to get a relocate over the side. They're trying to go for Mickey. Mickey is able to take a brunt of the damage, no problem. Taiga a little bit squishier here. They play to the outside. Koifa ready to go back in. Now the BKB's gone. He goes straight for W1sh. They manage to hit with the stomp, interrupting that. The Laguna play just took out Koifa, but they don't have a save for Focus. Focus is going to end up going down, and W1sh, without the gyrocopter and the centaur to play the front lines, are just gonna have the full-out retreat here. A blink away from Skylark. Does he have a TP to be able to get out of here? They're currently tunneling through the trees. No TP. Oh dear, Skylark.
That was just, you can't set it up better for Liquid. They had vision, knew where Brame were in the vicinity. They had just purchased big items, Halberd on the Lesh, Scotty on the Spectre, and they forced BKBs for the Haunt. Previously, that was a good trade for Brame. They'd fight through it. But because of that initial back off, when the BKBs fail on the course, they feed. Koifa can come in with a stun, the Lesh follow up, they have Yules.
Radiant's middle
and Spectre's just too tanky. You've got to be able to get on a target as Brame while your cores are BKB'd. If you cannot do that, you are not going to win the fight. Oh my god, that is such a gross item build from Taiga.
Yeah, seriously. Vanguard, Solar Crest, Hurricane Pike. Now he's going an Aghanim Scepter, so he has some additional survivability in some way. Also good stats.
He also went fully defensive on the talents. I think part of the reason Ench is just so strong in this role. The magic resist, extra heal, and the untouchable slow. So other reason, 265 attack slow? Yeah, if you're not BKB'd,
I thought the shard was good for these kind of builds. Slightly surprised Taiga didn't go that route as well. Either way. 100% win rate on the other one.
What's the sample size, though?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be like one game. Hey, now we have an Aghanim Scepter. Yep. Speaking of damage reduction. Aghanim Scepter for Centaur.
Brame is hanging in. 40 minutes in. 21-17.
So now maybe we can just pop Stampede for the Spectre ultimate. Hold on to our BKBs, but it still seems like initiation is all important.
Oh, for sure. Now. You have to find Insania. You have to.
Has a refresher. I feel like he picked up that Aghanim Scepter not too long ago, but now he's got the double zaps out.
Oh, yeah.
2,000 pure damage?
He's turning into a Bond villain.
Imagine if they're in a line.
That's the play.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
He could
attack.
do 10,000 pure damage in 1 second.
Limitless possibilities. Good chasing. They are on the hunt now. They are feeling themselves. Level 25 on the Spectre. A little bit of extra dispersion. It's actually such an insane talent. 25% damage reduction. You need a break, it feels like, on Brame, but nobody can really buy one. And yeah, we'll watch this fight again, but it's pretty simple. Focus BKBs. They're going for Spectre. Force Staff from Taiga. Now both heroes BKB'd. They're not dealing damage. The positioning from Liquid is super easy. That little star. They shift right. BKBs down, shift left. We've all seen that.
Back into the game, though. Brame, they have smoked up, and they tried to run towards Liquid's jungle. It broke on Mickey, and they didn't find the clean initiation they wanted. So now they're going to try and back out without anybody getting caught. Toying with turning around. Okay, that was a Lotus Sword Pro Strike stun on the Koifa. They tried to go for W1sh here, but W1sh is getting away thanks to the Stampede. A two-man stun up from Shinomanen on the Sumail and Mickey. They're going to turn around and deliver the damage on the Taiga and catch up to Sumail as well. He goes down with a Laguna Blade. Insania gets popped next. Mickey on the run.
Never know the mysteries.
Skylark, he's routing him. He's making sure Mickey doesn't have an easy way back to his base. He's going to play on top of Roshan, but the missiles after him, they're going to be able to catch him as well. They see Roshan spawns right next to them as well. They win the fight. They immediately go for Roche. It couldn't get better for that for Brame.
Yeah, that Stampede, that adds. The buyback slowed it down, but you can see they haunt, immediately counteract it, and then turn back around. They didn't even use the BKB on Gyro. Wasn't necessary. And the Lina actually did so much damage in that fight. Like 2 full combos. I think that was a 2-man Laguna and then able to
fresh Aghanims pick up Kyle, and he's going to use it to teleport bottom lane and catch Koifa. That's dirty. That is dirty.
Suddenly the map shrinks for Liquid. That is, I can't believe how hard they just crushed through that fight. With the buyback, I mean, they're going to go for throne. Otherwise, you got to be careful. Look at Wish.
Goes back to base, TPs, and rejoins his allies inside of the Liquid base. Mickey does have buyback in 40 seconds, but they found an opening onto Koifa. He's immediately going to be safe. A false promise from Insania. Koifa will be fine, but the buyback has been used from Mickey. The damage is done, and Brame call it quits.
It's time to go. Still have everything that you need, and I love this. Look at Gyro, he's got the Silver Edge queued up. He recognizes that really the way we would lose this game is if we all in for a Spectre, he pops Blade Mail, we get all of ourselves to half HP, then he gets Oracle ulted. The break means that he becomes a true target, and you force the Oracle ulti that much faster. Leveler on the TA, structure damage will be no problem. And plus 8 refraction? What? That used to be plus 3.
Yeah, they had to make it a little bit more appealing since the meld hit bash was all the rage. Now,
that is
W1sh is
really good.
Tanky, and he's also got the Swift Blink up as well. So look for him to be pumping out damage. We have the 5% dispersion here from Mickey, but as you said, if we break him, doesn't matter.
Blessings.
He is very strong. I don't see, I don't know, Liquid, it feels like they're the ones really having damage troubles now. Look at this Centaur's HP. The damage reduction on the Stampede. And then both cores also above 3,000 health.
Yeah.
The Lina at 3,000 health.
About to be level 25 too. So Laguna Blade cooldown.
How much damage?
25 seconds. The cast range, man. Cast range is sick. Seems like these shards have turned into, oh, it does this cool little thing, but like the real bonus is in the stat that you're going to get out of it. A lot of cast ranges being given out.
Ag's picked up on Koifa. It's part of the issue with tanking. Like, look, if you look at the itemization, it does. Koifa didn't do anything wrong, right? But you're just like, were there really no better items? But then you rack your brain, you're like, no, there really aren't. Like Centaur, you have the luxury of buying this, and it feels really good because you're just tanky. You make your team tankier.
Yeah.
Tanking doesn't really have that. You see Koifa, when he stuns in, he ends up being turned around on quite easily. Still not nearly as durable as his off-lane counterpart.
It does mean if they do manage to blow somebody up, the damage that is inflicted from that explosion can be very high. 22% of their max health is damage. So,
that's a lot.
You're talking about everybody being 3,000 HP. It can have an effect, but it's obviously not the same kind of meaty feel good as damage reduction. W1sh starts laying the damage into the melee barracks, daring Liquid to do something about it. He's got 1 minute left on the Aegis.
Smell has his 25, so more damage out of the Edict.
Good read on the ward being there. The Brewer's trying just to kind of stall him. Poking at W1sh, but the refraction is keeping him plenty healthy here. And there goes 1 lane of barracks. Can they do another one before the Aegis falls? They've got 45 seconds. Oh, okay. Spartan's a little far forward here. What was that? They're going to try and jump on him real quickly. He goes for the self-fuels on the Stormcrafter, but it's not good enough. Mickey takes a hefty amount of pure damage, but that's now gone. Mickey retreats back to the fountain and ready to re-engage with his ultimate. As Brame starts jumping back, but they're not going to let him get away. Liquid see an opportunity. They're going to pounce on Brame's mistakes. They're going for focus right now. Mickey's got to be a little bit careful. He plays a little bit far back, but the Spartan, he actually bought back, and that's going to be a dieback for him. It goes down here. The stuns are raining in, though. He might just be able to save him, but no. Mickey cleaves right through as he daggers on through, goes for the back line now. He's managed to kept up for Stoneman. He turns around, throws out the Laguna blade, but 2 dead with no buyback on Brame. Oh no, what a disaster. W1sh, he turns around, a stun coming out, a loaded door bounce back as well, but Skylark, he's gonna be blowing up, and it does a healthy amount of damage to W1sh, who also falls. Focus, TPing away. Ooh, barely gets out. That might have just been the game straight up there if he dies.
How the hell did Liquid win that fight? It's as if they do this constantly, Cap. They just make it so challenging for themselves and somehow pull these tricks like the rabbit out of a hat. No clue how they win that engagement. Well, actually,
Spartan. I think we both like Spartan, and we don't want to. We want to say Liquid's great, but like Spartan, bro, that was. Whoa. Yeah, why are you
I know the feel. He's energetic. He's the captain. He doesn't want to be a tie-win. He wants to be up in the front. Guys, let's go.
You're not even dying. Spartan, I remember that game.
He's so deep.
He's so deep.
His cores are in the jungle already looking to farm. He's questioning why they're not attacking tier 4s.
Well, now,
that Liquid, they have so much pushing power with this upgraded edict on Lesh. You got to be cautious.
What are they going to do, though? What is Liquid going to do with this opening? Because you know there's no Aya.
No Rosh either. They can't get any more because tier 2s on both side lanes are still up. Surprise. I feel like the Liquid we know just goes high ground there, but they choose not to. Mickey also deceivingly survivable because he doesn't just have Trickster Cloak, he also has that Butterfly. So if you don't buy an MKB on one of these 2 cores of Brame, they have one on the Gyro. That's good. TA now needs one too. He's got it queued up. You legit can't kill this man otherwise.
Yeah, we saw how much damage he was outputting in the fights because he was able to just constantly get in there. Fortunately, Brame, as you said, because the tier 2 still being up, left with only the mid lane of barracks going down. This effectively just undoes what they had managed to prove earlier by being able to take Liquid's mid lane of barracks, so things are still even.
You gotta keep in mind, like, it's 17K, and typically you're like, wow, that's a ton of gold, but as a percentage of the net worth available in this game, it is not really that large at all. Yeah, 96 to 1.
They have to turn and fight, and then Spartan again, he relocates in, but he's right next to Leshrac.
Yeah. Liquid are doing a good job, though. You can see how they're fighting. Like, Mickey's in. Okay, Mickey's out. They're going to chase, but Koifa stuns, walks away. They're waiting for the right target to present itself, and unfortunately for Brame, Skylark did so twice. The moment he appears, the Liquid guys are going to pop the pinata. They don't want to go for a BKB core. Trying to get anybody but. However, Sumail did buy back. They got a Rax for it, but it means that Liquid have to be very cautious. A smoked Brame on the way.
Aghanim Scepter complete for Sumail. So now he's got that nihilism, which makes the enemy team ethereal. They're going to be able to take down Taiga. He's going to go over here and an opening onto more as Insania has already been caught. He pops the ultimate on himself and uses the blink to try and get away, but the damage might be too overwhelming. Or if anything, maybe Sumail needs it. Laguna blade takes him out. And the Oracle still pops. The missiles are chasing after Koifa, but they will not have 2 heroes for 2 minutes. And Brame, you can see Mickey, he's dead. He's like pushing out whatever creeps he can right now because he knows Brame could just end the game if they manage to get through backdoor protection. He's going to go ahead and pop his ultimate, jumps to the other side of things, try and make the great escape here.
I think this is game, Cap. There's 2 dead. They might not know W1sh doesn't have buyback, but they're 100% Sumail just did. So, you just march down mid.
Mickey did what he could to try and delay them. Brame is here now, and they've got 80 seconds to work with. Skylark finds the first opening. It's going to be on Koifa. Koifa using the Eagle Scepter on himself, maybe trying to blink away. Mickey playing the front line as best he can. There's Spartan. He shows up to give a little boost here to focus. They start pushing down Mickey. He's taking a lot of damage. Koifa's going to go down first, but he did have the buyback. The tier 4's already gone. And if anything, Brame, they can just ignore Mickey. They're going to go straight for the throne at half health. Focus, he's just moving around, and that's going to be it. They're going to manage to take this one.